Lewis Wickes Hine, born in 1874 and died in 1940. He was an American sociologist and a photographer. Hine used his camera as a tool for social reform. His photographs were instrumental in changing the child labor laws in the United States. Hine studied sociology at the University of Chicago, Columbia University, and the New York University. He became a teacher in New York City at the Ethical Culture School, where he encouraged his students to use photography as an educational medium. Between 1904 and 1909, Hine took over 200 photographs, and eventually documentary photography could be employed as a tool for social change and reform. In 1908, he became the photographer for the National Child Labor Committee. Over the next decade, Hine documented child labor with focus on labor in the Carolina Piedmont. In 1913, he documented child laborers among cotton mill. During the Great Depression, he again worked for the Red Cross, photographing drought relief in the American South, and for the Tennessee Valley Authority, documenting life in the mountains of eastern Tennessee. He also served as chief photographer for the Works Progress Administration's National Research Project, which studied changes in industry and their effect on employment. Hine was also a member of the faculty of the Ethical Culture Fieldstone School. The Library of Congress holds more than 5,000 Hine photographs, including examples of his child labor and Red Cross photographs, his work portraits, and so on. Other large institutional collections include nearly 10,000 of Hine's photographs and negatives held at the George Eastman House and almost 5,000 National Child Labor Committee photographs at the Albin Oaken Library and Gallery of the University of Maryland, Baltimore. This picture captured a boy who is physically appeared tired, and his eye shows hopelessness of the living, the society, or even the world. You can see his face and clothes are dirty, that he must work a long time and the environment is not very good. This picture captured a girl's moment's glimpse of the outer world. This picture's depth of the field is small, that only focused on the girl, and it makes her stand out. I can see from her face how she yearns for playing at the outside. This picture captures the moment boys who are barefoot working in the mill. They are so small that they have to climb up onto the spinning frame to mend broken threads. This picture makes me how it is completely far away from what is normal. It is the work that an adult should do, but not the boys or girls. This one is a boy selling newspaper in the street. The picture shows the newsboy in the middle with holding white newspapers, which contrasts with the adult's clothes color. It makes the boy stand out, and it's easy to see the boy's hopeful face to strangers. However, none of them get interested or show compassion to the boy. The female on the left seems wealthy. She wears a fancy hat and nice clothes, also the right size of the males. It makes a big contrast with the newsboy. This picture photographs a boy who falls asleep on the stairs. This boy seems worked a long time, but there are still lots of newspapers to sell. He seems so exhausted that just to fall down on the stairs. This one captured children working in the coal factory. The dust so dense at times as to obscure the view. It shows how the environment is poor, dirty, dangerous, and harm to the bodies. A kind of slave driver right side of the picture, who holding long stick, stands near the boys. Boys seem controlled by the overseer and have to work all the time if they don't want to hit by the stick. Overall, what he went on to pursue was more a kind of illustrated sociology than photojournalism. His pictures often are aesthetically compelling, and his portraits of individuals are especially vivid both visually and emotionally. Hine used his camera to provide a visual representation of some of America's most pressing social issues. His compassionate work portraits helped humanize industry in the midst of increasing mechanization of American labor.